Okay, welcome to another vocabulary lesson, and today we're going to look at ways of walking. Okay, there are lots of different verbs we can use for walking, and let's start with to stroll, and to saunter, and to amble, because they are all very similar. They all mean to walk in a slow but relaxed and certainly pleasurable way. You enjoy a stroll, and you enjoy an amble, and you enjoy a saunter. You can go for a leisurely stroll, so you can use it as a noun, not just as a verb. And I think this one, saunter, is very often used with the preposition by and no object. Yeah, I sauntered by, you talk about something and then you say, I sauntered by without a care in the world. Yeah, something like that, meaning I walked past, I walked by without a care in the world. You can use it with an object though. I sauntered by the cafe, and it means I walked past the cafe, or I walked along or next to the cafe. Yeah, I sauntered through the park, I ambled down the street, I ambled along the beach. So you can use all three with, stroll through the forest, saunter across the field. Certainly you could use all three with a lot of different prepositions describing where you go. Okay, but do remember, we do say go for a walk, go for a stroll, go for a saunter, go for a ramble, go for a jaunt even. Now let's come on to some of these, because they are all these three words basically. But you're always enjoying yourself when you're strolling, you're sauntering, you're ambling, but it's slow and relaxed. Now when you ramble, this is very often used for when you go to the countryside for a walk. So if you go for a ramble, you can say that one as well. Or we even say go rambling. If you enjoy going rambling, then you enjoy going to the countryside and walking for a very long time through lots of different fields, maybe even using a compass and a map to orient yourself, to orientate yourself. And so ramble is the word you're looking for if you're talking about those kind of activities. And some people do talk about going hiking. In fact, I did put it here, or just hiking as an activity, meaning walking perhaps in the mountains, maybe not just in the countryside, but hiking can be out in the wild, certainly. Hiking sounds wilder to me than rambling. Rambling sounds more like the English countryside, in my opinion. Hiking sounds more like you might be going, you might hike through the Alps or something like that. So hiking sounds more serious to me. Now, to go for a ramble means to go for a pleasurable walk in the countryside. To go for a jaunt, it's the same thing. To go for a wander just means an aimless walk. Wandering has this aimlessness about it, just like roaming does, yeah? Wandering has an aimlessness about it. You're not walking to something for a particular purpose. Yeah, you're just aimlessly roaming or wandering. So if you go for a wander, you don't have any particular final destination in mind. Okay, so I hope they are all clear. And go for a jaunt and go for a ramble, I think, are very, very similar. Go for a pleasurable walk, yeah? Maybe usually in the countryside if you're having a ramble. But go for a jaunt might just be go for a walk. Okay, so to traipse around the shops. What about this word of walking? Well, this is a word of walking still, but it means reluctantly. Yeah, when you're tired and bored. When I was a child, my mum and dad used to take me to the supermarket every Wednesday, and we would traipse along the aisles in the supermarket, incredibly bored. We didn't want to be there, and that's why I would certainly use this word traipsing. It's like that, you're not happy. When kids are in a mood, they very often traipse around, yeah? They show everybody that they're in a mood. And so they traipse around to show you how tired or bored they are. So it's a reluctant walk. Traipsing is not pleasurable, nor is it willingly that you do it. So if you trudge somewhere, this is slow and heavy walking, and that's why it's usually you trudge through the mud, or you trudge through something watery that will slow your walk down, yeah? Because if mud slows your walk down, I mean, we have some really thick mud down on the beach. When the tide goes out, if you can get stuck in that mud, it's that bad, and it's full of really sharp oyster shells. And so if you get caught far out and you have to trudge back through the mud, it can really hurt your feet, actually, if you don't have appropriate shoes. And even if you do, it can still really hurt your feet.